Um, Bible Kushan, could you get me Baruch 4? 4 and 4? We two up? Let me get. Baruch 4 and 4. Hey, Shalom. Yabashim Shabakatam to the brothers, Yahushua Malatan Bashim Yahushai to the sisters, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, established since 1969, teaching the truth according to the Bible to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And tonight we're in Durham, North Carolina. This is the Monday night history class. I'm priest and officer of 1,000 I.S.U.P.K, holding it down till captain of 13,000, I.S.U.P.K, gets here. We're gonna all right, so what is today in the white man's world, in the white man's kingdom, in his society? What is today? Go ahead. You use the mic. Yeah.
So like I said, it's Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day. Memorial or memorial?
Memorial Day, sir.
Potato, potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So it's Memorial Day. And what really is Memorial Day? Like, give me a Google definition of what Memorial Day is. You know what I'm saying? And what we know about, you know what I'm saying, what the Lord says. Shalom, Yabashim Shabakata. What we know about what the Lord says. You know what I'm saying? What we know about what the Most High put in the Bible for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans when it comes to celebrating man-made holidays or feast days. You know what I'm saying? What does the Most High say about that? Anybody? Go ahead.
Most High told us, you know what I'm saying, not to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, the holidays of other nations.
But I mean, you're saying that with words. But if you battling somebody in the world and a high-nosed Negro who says that, you know what I mean, it's part of tradition. It's part of, you know what I mean, the American way. You know what I mean. I grew up knowing to, you know what I mean, celebrate Memorial Day and whatever holidays. What scripture would you go to? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 21.
Give me that.
Come. The book of Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. I hate.
I what?
I hate.
This is the Most High speaking. You know what I'm saying? This particular day that right now in America is being celebrated on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Today is the what? The 25th of May, 2020. Everybody had barbecues yesterday, Memorial Day weekend. Things was cheap, little sales and all those things going on. It's just to promote the evil going on in America. Really. You know what I'm saying? Because who are the majority of the people going and buying TVs during Memorial Day weekend? Just imagine, just guess. Go ahead, brother. Black people, the Lord's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving and I'm seeing this dude with a 1 million-inch television at the back of his vehicle. You know what I'm saying? He probably spent his whole stimulus package on the TV. While the white man, the oppressor Salakia, the stimulus package he get, you know where he put it? In his timeshare. You know what I mean? It's just to destroy us further. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said what?
5 and verse 21. I hate.
I hate, go ahead.
I despise.
I hate and I despise. What does the Lord hate and despise?
Your feast days.
Your what?
Your feast days.
Memorial Day.
Your feast days.
Christmas.
Your feast days.
Valentine's Day.
Your feast days.
Thanksgiving.
Your feast days.
All these holidays and all these little, you know what I'm saying, times that the oppressors set up. You know what I mean? And our people gravitate towards it because we have been destroyed for lack of knowledge because of Creflo Dollar and T.D. Jakes and Al Sharpton and Joshua Holmes and your Christian pastor, you know what I mean, whoever he is or whoever she is, which is disgusting, a woman not supposed to teach from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is to destroy us, man. This is to keep us sinning against the Most High. You know what I mean? When we sin against the Most High, guess what happens? Somebody read my mind. Go ahead, brother. We die. Point blank and simple. You sin against the wage, get me the wages of sin, brother. Baba Kusha. Chupa Yanaza. Baba Kusha. You know what I'm saying? We Wab on the YouTube? Okay, Most High in Christ. You know what I mean? The oppressor knows that once he separates us from our God and he allows us to sin, the Bible will tell us what happens when we sin. You know what I'm saying? And by serving these heathens, these devils, these oppressors, and their worship feast days and memorial days and all these days that they erected and have going on the earth, we be destroyed. We die. Yanaza, read that for me, Baba Kusha.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 23.
Silake, hold on, brother. Take this.
The book of Romans.
So, Silake, hold it to your mouth. Yeah, there you go.
Like this.
Yeah.
Is
it on? Okay, go ahead.
The book of Romans,
Uh-huh.
chapter 6, verse 23.
Go ahead.
For the wages of sin.
Wait, for what?
For the wages of sin.
What is a wage? Go ahead, brother.
A payment.
A payment or your reward. You know what I mean? So the Bible is saying, the Most High is saying through the prophets, your payment for sin, the wages of sin, go ahead,
is death.
is what?
Is death.
No, is life.
Is death.
Is hugs and kisses.
Is death.
Is being fruitful.
Is death.
You see that? Like when we serve the oppressor and conform to the laws and everything that is, when I say laws, I'm talking about like it's a norm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you get up in the morning, you got to brush your teeth. It's the same way our people think. Like the day you were born, it coming around, you have to make a big party. Christmas is coming around, you have to buy gifts and get a Christmas tree in your house and mistletoe and all of that stuff. Read that one more time, Baba Kusha.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
For the wages of sin is death.
To water. You know what I'm saying? For the wages of sin is death. Following these feast days, these holidays, so-called holidays of the oppressor in America and wherever blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are, that's sinning against the Most High. You know what's going to happen? You're going to die. You might say, like, how am I going to die if I, you know what I'm saying? Give me an example, Tabo One, of how somebody can die because they decide they're going to celebrate Christmas or Valentine's Day or whatever holiday, Memorial Day, which is what we're talking about.
Salaki, if I may, sir, I've heard of occasions of people celebrating like July 4th,
Mm-hmm.
and like some kind of accident goes wrong with like some fireworks or something like that.
Right.
And somebody tragically gets, you know what I'm saying, either horribly maimed or dies because of a firework. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Something like that can happen. Or other situations like on what's the one holiday? So like people go shopping for Christmas and get trampled.
Right. That's true. But I want it more on a spiritual level when it comes to us sinning against the Lord. How are you going to die when you sin? Go ahead.
If I made the Most High, I'll kill you.
I mean, the Most High definitely going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Give the sister a hand. Basically, that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's a scripture that says the Most High, when he turn his face from you, that's it. You know what I'm saying? When he turn his face from you, that's it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter even if you have $1 million in the bank. The time going to come when you're going to die, and you're going to die a horrible death. Because the Lord is not with you at all. You know what I'm saying? And that is what sinning does. Remember, the Lord will give you a lot of chance. Remember, he says he's slow to anger. You know what I'm saying? But he is jealous as well. When you go serving these other gods and these holidays, you know what I'm saying, all these rituals and stuff, you know what happens? He gets jealous. And after a period of time, he'll be like a good father does. I told you 1,000,000 times, don't hang with this dude. Now you're in prison. I ain't coming to see you in prison. That's God. You know what I'm saying? Read that again for me, Baba Kasha. The Amos.
Chapter 5 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
I hate.
I what?
I hate.
Go ahead.
I despise your feast days.
Keep going.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Uh-huh.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings.
Go ahead.
And your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
Yeah, because yesterday I passing around, you know what I'm saying, in Greenville, and I seen a lot of people with their grill outside. You know what I'm saying? Grilling. Pork chops. Sausage. Read that part again about the meat offerings, Baba Kusha.
Come on. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
And your what?
And your meat offerings.
You see that? The Lord, listen, if somebody open their mouth and say that the Bible is not a living book and it's not real and there is no God and this and that, I mean, you can say it. You know what I mean? But eventually what's going to happen is if you're a black, Latino, Native American, the Lord is going to put some serious thing in your way where you're going to have to call his name loud, real loud. And you're going to recognize that he existed all the time you was doing all your evil. You understand what I'm saying? Burnt offerings. You wanted to say something, you understand? Okay. You know what I mean? Burnt offerings. These things are in the Bible that we shouldn't do. Listen, right? A sister, I won't call no name. A sister, I have a post on Facebook where she say, she not celebrating Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. The whole family attack her. A whole family all over the earth attack her. One of her family members even went as far as saying, I just paraphrasing what she say. You probably crazy. Something happened to you because the quarantine starting to get to your mind. You losing your mind or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? How comes you doesn't celebrate Memorial Day and this and that and Christmas and that? Why not? And blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It has been so embedded in our psyche that we should follow after the white man's holidays. You know what I'm saying? After the oppressors' feast days. You know what I'm saying? Taught to us in schools and in churches. You know what I'm saying? Doctrines of devils. You know what I mean? That fast forward to 2020, when a sister says, I don't have no reason to celebrate none of them things. If you can show me where to celebrate those things in the Bible, then I'll do it. But as far as I know, there's none of that in the Bible. That's what the sister responded. You know what I'm saying? And it was so to the point where I said to the sister, hey, Salaki, listen, right? You know, by being in the truth now, you're going to see who actually for you. You know what I mean? Whether it's your family member, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, you're going to see who for you. You know what I mean? And praise God. You know what I'm saying? I sound like a Christian. Salakia. Barakata Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? For Commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't know these things. And our sisters wouldn't be able to post certain things like that on Facebook to bring out the evil spirit in her family. And it's evil. If you don't know, it's evil. You're trying to force somebody to do something that when they go in the Bible, they can't see it, but you just want them to do it because, oh, we're accustomed to doing it. You know what I'm saying? Give me traditions of man. Baba Kusha. You know what that is, Yanaza? Salakia. All right, two other. When Tabo, I'm gonna get it for you, and then you'll read it. As a matter of fact, Tabo, when you get it, just read it. Two other. Yeah, that's two other. Two other, Yanaza. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, the Most High is saying this very, 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 very clearly. You know what I mean? I hate and I despise Memorial Day. You're not using the words Memorial Day, but Memorial Day is a feast day, you know what I'm saying, developed by man, which is not something that we should recognize as a holy feast day or high holy day according to the Bible. You know what I mean? The Feast of Blowing of Trumpets, the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, you know what I'm saying? The Hanukkah. These are the feast days, you know what I'm saying, that we're supposed to follow. Not Memorial Day. You know what I mean? This class here is to say to America and everybody who supports Memorial Day, F Memorial Day. You know what I mean? Before you go there, give me the Beirut, Baba Kusha. Yeah, give me Beirut. Yeah, 4 and 4, Baba Kusha. Give me Beirut 4 and 4. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Now the thing about it is, Memorial Day is set up to remember the fallen soldiers, right? The fallen soldiers of America who fought in wars and all of that stuff. But what they don't tell you is the Negroes who went to fight in Vietnam, when they came back to America, they had to beg for food. You understand what I'm saying? They had to go sit at the back of the bus, or they had to go pee outside. It had a colored and a non-colored toilet or bathroom that they had to go through hell after fighting war for America. When you hear about Memorial Day, they're not honoring or remembering any one of our brothers and sisters who died in their wars. They're worried about themselves. What does the Constitution say? That we are 3/5 of a man. Up to this day. All men are created equal, but all our brothers and sisters, as we have been seeing for the past 2 to 3 months, the deaths of our brothers and sisters have increased in the streets of America by the hands of the oppressor and the other nations as well. You understand what I'm saying? So if all men are created equal, and, you know what I mean, the Constitution was written for everybody, why are we the ones going through all the misery and the pain and suffering? You know what I mean? So it's a lie. Memorial Day is not to remember us, but I'm going to show you who we should remember according to God and the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Read, brother.
Come. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
O Israel.
Oh, who?
O Israel.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
You want, sir?
Where you at?
Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
O Israel.
No, 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4, Salakia.
Come. The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
O Lord Almighty.
O Lord Almighty, the Most High, Yahweh in the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Thou God of Israel.
Thou God of who?
Thou God of Israel.
God of everybody.
Thou God of Israel.
Go ahead.
Hear now the prayers.
Yeah, now the what?
Hear now the prayers.
Now when everybody going out and lighting little candles and bringing wreaths and all of that garbage.
Right.
And praying that their fallen loved ones during Memorial Day in heaven, some spooky goddamn place watching down, how I say it, in heaven looking down upon us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is foolishness. The prayers that they're sending, and again, we're talking about the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Let the oppressor pray for his fallen soldiers. Nobody ain't nothing he's saying anyway. The Most High not hearing his cry or his prayers. You know what I'm saying? Read that from the top.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
O Lord Almighty,
O Lord Almighty.
thou God of Israel,
Uh-huh.
hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Of who?
The dead Israelites.
Of who?
The dead Israelites.
Who should the Lord hear the prayers of?
The dead Israelites.
The who?
The dead Israelites.
Read it from the top. Maybe it don't sink in yet, because Memorial Day in America talking about white boys and white girls and Chinese and all these other people who go and fight for wars in America and die, and we have to honor them. Honor who? Honor who? Who honoring the dead Israelites,
right,
in America? Huh? That's why in the I.S.U.P.K, our prayers goes to the dead Israelites, and the Most High gonna hear the prayers of the dead Israelites, man. You know what I mean? Goddamn Memorial Day. You know what I mean? Read that again, Baba Kusha.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
O Lord Almighty,
Uh-huh.
thou God of Israel,
Keep going.
hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Of the who?
Of the dead Israelites.
Trayvon Martin.
Of the dead Israelites.
Sandra Bland.
Of the dead Israelites.
Eric Gardner.
Of the dead Israelites.
Philando Castile.
Of the dead Israelites.
Paul.
Of the dead Israelites.
Matthew.
Dead Israelites.
Ezekiel.
Israelites.
Daniel.
Israelites.
Christ.
Israelites.
Keep going.
And of their children.
And of who?
Of their children.
We are the descendants of the people who came over here on slave ships, man. The 99 million of our brothers and sisters who died on the way to the Americas during the transatlantic slave trade. The dead Israelites, the sharks had to eat and feast on for years. You know what I'm saying? The dead Israelites, our brothers and sisters. Keep going, brother.
And of their children.
And of their children, we, us, right now. Keep going.
Which have sinned before thee.
Which have done what?
Sinned before thee.
You see that word again?
Sinned before thee.
You see that? And that is what happens, man, when we sin. We die. You know what I'm saying? But we're not basing it off of the dying, the sinning part right now, because we know we sinned and we went into slavery and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But we have to remember our ancestors, man. We have to remember the dead Israelites who fought for Israel. All the prophets in the Bible. We have to remember them. You know what I'm saying? Not Martin Luther King, that homosexual. Not Marcus Garvey. You know what I mean? I mean, we have to remember them, yes, but to the point where on a righteous level, they weren't righteous. They weren't doing the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? Not saying that Eric Gardner was doing the work of the Lord or none of that. I'm saying that when our people die, we should remember them. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Especially our brothers and sisters who died for the truth. You know what I mean? For the truth. Like Paul. You know what I mean? Like, what's that brother name? I always forget his name. Go ahead. Stephen, man. Give the brother a hand, man. Yeah. Shit. You know what I mean? Like Stephen, man. You know what I mean? Like who? Moses died because he had to die. So like, we have to remember Christ. That's our king. And the most important thing about our king that we have to remember is, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the period of time that we have right now to get our shit together. You know what I'm saying? Which the Christian church would say is the grace period. You know what I mean? And they would use that to be homosexuals forever. They would use that.
So let's get it.
Who's reading? Go ahead. That one.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 4. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
It's a good one. I'm gonna hold this, right? Let's go tie in good with what I'm trying to get into today.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna hold that. You want this? All right. Good. So I'm gonna start it off with this. Yanaza, remember you had a question in Genesis, right? Go to Genesis right now. All right. So I'm gonna start it off with the brother question first. All right, and then we'll get into Memorial Day. All right. All right. So we definitely gonna spoil some of Memorial Day right now. Right. You know what I mean? Right. We're gonna spoil that barbecue. We're gonna spoil it. Right. You understand? We're gonna make you wanna go in that toilet and throw up everything. Right. You understand? Because we ain't supposed to be celebrating no Memorial Day. You know what I mean? And if you really know the true history of Memorial Day, you're going to see why we should never, ever celebrate it. We should just forget about Memorial Day. We should forget about all the holidays America has put on us, our countries that we're from put on us, and remember the holidays that the Most High gave us. Right. You understand? Those are the holidays we should, or high holidays we should remember. Right. You understand? But we should forget about Memorial Day. Right. Memorial Day should just be a normal day for us. You know what I mean? No barbecuing, nothing. Right. You understand? I believe Genesis 14 and 18 was the question. Right? No. So, you know what I mean? We're going to definitely get into some, you know what I mean? We'll start it off with some history first. All right? I mean, those of you on the YouTube or Facebook, you all could type in your questions. All right, we're gonna get it. Good. All right.
It was
Genesis 14 and 18.
No, it was Exodus. No, it's Genesis. It was Exodus.
Is Exodus?
It was concerning when Abraham met Melchizedek.
Yeah, go to Genesis 14 and 18.
18. I got it. Most High in Christ. Correct.
So significant. Why? Why is that significant right there? Come on, officers. Come on, Yanaza.
This is before Israel is born, and this is even before he made the covenant with Abraham.
Yes, you on it. What I trying to come on?
The king priest is established here.
The king priest. Okay, what you want to say more so is that let's go to Hebrews. Hebrews. Let the Bible do the explaining. Forget me. Let's use the Bible. Hebrews 7 and 1. All right, Hebrews 7 and 1. All right, we're gonna let the Bible do. I mean, all the talking. I mean, this you will not get this in a Christian church. Right. You know what I mean? You'll get the organs playing, strike up that key. Right. You know what I mean? Play this, such and such. But we're gonna read the Bible. All right, read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem.
For this what?
King of Salem.
Right, for this Melchizedek, right, king of what?
Salem.
King of Salem. Read on.
Priest of the Most High God.
Priest of the Most High God. Now, why is that so significant, that priest of the Most High God? Okay. Who are the priests for the Lord?
The Levites.
The Levites. That's why this is so significant, right? And when you read on, you're going to see why it's so significant. All right? Read on.
priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings.
Right?
And blessed him.
That's when Abraham went and killed these Sodomites, right? To get back who? To get Lot. So he went and saved Lot. Right? Read on.
And blessed him. Verse 2. To whom also Abraham gave a 10th part of all.
Right.
Of all.
So which then you know what? That this is a priest of the Lord. You understand? Because Abraham did what?
He gave him tithes.
Yes, tithes, which is a tenth. Right? Tenth. Right? Read on.
First, being by interpretation, king of righteousness.
First, by interpretation, king of what?
Righteousness.
Come on.
And after that, also king of Salem.
King of what?
Salem.
Salem. No. Gaze on the Van Compact Bible Dictionary out and look it up. Salem. Or king of Salem. All right? And Melchizedek, I won't get fully into it, but one is good classes. I'm going to go over the reincarnation of Christ and the one appearance of Christ. Right? And this right here, Melchizedek, is the appearance of Christ. Not a reincarnation, but an appearance. All right? Come on.
Salem. The name of the city which Melchizedek was king. Genesis 14 and 18. In Hebrews 7, 1 and 2.
Right. Does it say what it means? Okay, maybe you need a big one. But King of Salem just means King of Peace. And who is given that name? That's Christ right there. He's a king, you know what I mean? He's a king. You understand? King of everything. King of peace. King of everything. You understand? So that's why that's why today we all could be what? Considered what? Yes. You understand? Because our fathers weren't what? Levitical. Wasn't Levites. You understand? But because of Melchizedek, because of the appearance of Christ, we are now able to become what? Priests of the Lord. You understand? And that's King of Salem just means King of Peace. That's all. All right? So he was the king and he was a priest of the Lord at the same time too. Just like, you know what I mean, all of us, we priests of the Lord. You understand? All right? Come on.
It is where they tell that Jesus is from the tribe of Judah, of whom it is not spoken of as being a priest. That's also pointing to this as well.
Revelation 1 and? That's what you're talking about?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Read it. Get it and read it. So let's make sure. So we clear. All right. And then we get into this. Okay. Hold on.
Revelation 1 and 6.
If not, you know what I mean, we're going to get it.
I'm trying to, I think what I was referring to is like when they're saying that Jesus is from the tribe of Judah. It's evident that our Lord sprang from the
tribe of Judah,
of which the Lord spoke nothing of the priesthood.
Right. Okay. No. That's in Hebrews. You're right there.
Yeah, 7 and 14, I think it is.
Yeah. What's your question?
No, I was saying, does that also, is that can you use that along with what we're reading here about Melchizedek as a relation to Christ?
Okay. Let me find out first. I'm going to find out first. Because I know there's, as I say, a class. I'll tie everything in, meaning the four reincarnation and the appearance of Christ. All right? I will do that. Come on. Come on.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 6. And have made us kings and priests unto God and his Father.
That's the way you was talking about kings and priests, right? Read on.
Come on, sir. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. So be it.
All right. So he did it. Christ did it for us. All right. All right. So it's in sometime in the future I will do it. All right. Come on. What's the question we have there? Come on.
The sister had a question about the 12 gates in Revelation.
Come on.
Her question was that if the 12, what are the 12 gates for, and does that mean that in the kingdom the 12 tribes of Israel will be separated?
Okay. You'll get it?
Revelation? I'll get it, sir.
Revelation, I think, let me see.
I wrote it down.
Okay. All right. So let's see. You get it?
1 second, sir. Come on.
Revelation 7.
Come on.
I believe.
No, I think it was 21. I got Revelation chapter 21 and verse 12.
21 and 12?
Come on, sir. The book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 12. And had a high wall. It's like it had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. And at the gates 12 angels.
Right? So those 12 gates represents what? Come on. 12 tribes of Israel. Right? Read on.
Come on. And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Which are the names of what?
The 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
12, which has the name of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Come on.
No, the question she's asking, is it a literal gate?
Come on. Is it a literal gate? And does it in any way suggest that because this is like the gates to the kingdom, does this mean that in the kingdom the 12 tribes will be maybe in different places? Like here's Judah, here's Levi.
Okay. No. I forget the scripture where it says, in my father's mansion. Right. In my father's house there are many mansions. Meaning, remember, who was the earth made for? Scripture, precept. Right. Precept. Second Ezra's, I think it's 6 and 56. Right? Second Ezra 6 and 56 says what? Come on.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 56. I think it's 55, sir.
Come on.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
So he made the what?
Madest the world for our sakes.
He made the world for our sake. You understand? When Christ come back and say, oh, every knee shall bow. Meaning this whole entire earth is going to be under our command. Now, the special place the Lord put aside for us, right, is across in the Middle East, right? When you read in Genesis, it gives you the 4 rivers that cut off the land of Israel. You understand? And that city, Jerusalem, what it's saying, there's a scripture also in there where it says that gate will be open day and night. You understand? I think Israel ain't to be played with. All right, Shalom. Come on.
This is the book of Revelation. So they can't hear it at all. Come on. The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 1. Salaki, that's came up, but that's not it.
All right, take your time.
Come on, Salaki, sir.
I
got it. Salaki, sir. I got it. Sir.
Come on.
The body was pure gold.
You understand? So he describing what the city, what the kingdom are going to look like. You understand? Part of it is going to have what 12 gates, and it's describing what the person he or she was asking.
Come on.
All right. What's the other part of the question?
The other part was, do the gates have any other significance other than just, you know what I'm saying, an entrance? Basically, will there be a separation? Basically, like, imagine like, okay, if you got a door for this, if there's a door for men and women, the men don't go where the women go.
No,
you know what I'm saying? And the women.
It's just a door to. Those are gates just to represent the 12 tribes.
Another question, a brother Quadum asks, Salak Yadawan, if I may, in Genesis chapter 32 and verse 4, why did Jacob call Esau my Lord?
Right. Let's go to it.
Come on, sir.
Genesis what?
Chapter 32 and verse 4.
All right.
Come.
When you get it, you can read it.
Come, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 4. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus.
All right. So read 31.
You mean 32 and verse 1? Come on. The book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 1. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him.
All right. So Jacob is who? The father of the 12 tribes we're talking about here, right?
Come.
All right, read on.
Come, sir. Verse 2. And when Jacob saw them, he said, This is God's host. And he called the name of that place Pahanaim. Verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, unto the land of Seir.
Right, so understand, right? So Jacob did what? Send who? Send messengers before him to who? To Esau, right? Mount Seir. Mount Seir is where? That's Esau's land.
Come.
Right? So when you hear Mount Seir, what's the other place again? I forget. Idumea, right? That's speaking about Esau. That's speaking about your oppressor. Right? Read on.
Come, sir. Verse 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom.
And now remember, what offered him?
Salaki said Jacob didn't do anything. Esau gave up his birthright, but he held a grudge.
Yeah, you didn't fall into that trap, right?
Come.
Yes. So Esau gave up his birthright. You understand? And in the end, he was pissed off because Isaac blessed Jacob. You understand? Isaac blessed Jacob and told Jacob that he was going to inherit the earth and he was going to have these heathens as slaves. Right? And he was pissed off. And he told Jacob that after his mourning, he was going to do what? Come on, you understand? Yes, he was going to kill him. You understand? Right. You understand? Correct. All right, read on.
Come. Verse 4. And he commanded them, saying, Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau.
Right. So when he say my lord, what is he trying to do? Come on, Yaneza. Okay, is a little bit more simpler than that. Come on. Yeah, he's just being courteous. You understand? He has been courteous. This here ain't him saying that Esau is his Lord. Right. You understand? It's just like saying, just tell Sir Esau, you know, like they say it in come on.
Come. If I may, so it's just like, you know what I mean, giving like not respect, but if you the president of a company, not to say, yeah, tell President such and such, or, you know, tell Mr. such and such.
Right.
But I'm not actually saying, you know, you an authority figure over me. That's just the title you got.
Yes. You understand? So it ain't basically saying that Esau is his Lord. You understand? Jacob is the father of the 12 tribe. You understand? He does not have to answer to Esau. You understand? Read on.
Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus.
Right, and as someone was saying, He's just speaking diplomatic. That's just him speaking, using words. And what you will get to realize with Esau, you could gain him by ease in. Somebody said it too, to ease in. So Esau ain't go trip. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you say certain things to this so-called oppressor, and he off the whim think, you know what I mean, you crazy or he ready to fight. You understand? You just have to be diplomatic with it. In other words, be professional. He is being professional. You understand? All right, read on.
Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now.
Right? So that's just simply him, one, being courteous, two, being diplomatic or professional. Right? It means nothing more than that. Because Esau is not his Lord, meaning not his master, or nothing like that. All right? Any more? All right. So today, what we're going to get into, anybody any questions before I get into it? All right. Today, what I'm going to get into is it's Memorial Day. Anybody know the history of Memorial Day? When it started, when it began? Come on, Yanaza. I heard you're good in the history. Come on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on, Yanaza, man. You understand? And that part they do what? They leave out. Today, we don't remember. You have to go dig up. You understand? You got to go dig up information. You got to go really search out the internet to find the truth on where it really came from. Memorial Day is a beautiful day if you think about it, or if you know the true history as Yanazai is giving you right now. You understand? It came from who? From black people. You understand? And like always, everything we do that's great in the sight, you know what I mean, of men, what do? More so bury it. Let's put it like that. They try to bury it. You understand what I'm saying? Come on.
Today on ESPN they was doing like this little memorial service, and they mentioned the fact of it started after the Civil War, but they did not mention anything about the Israelites.
Yes. Right. You know, what I'm going to show you here in this class today, you're going to really see our so-called oppressor. You understand? Our so-called oppressor, he deserves what the Lord is bringing to him, which is no mercy. No mercy whatsoever. You understand? He deserves none, right? So Memorial Day, the first, before it was called Memorial Day, it was called Decoration Day. Right? Before they started calling it Memorial Day, they call it Decoration Day. Right? And that was in 1868. All right? So when was the Civil War? Come on. 1861. Mm-hmm. And when did it finish? Come on. In 1865. Right? So 3 years after, right? About 3 years after, that's when you had Decoration Day. Right? Now, it was this, what do you call it? This general called John, let me get his name, John Alexander Logan. He was the major general for the Union Army, right? And he was going into, this is the time of the Civil War. They were going to South Carolina, right? Into a city, Charleston, South Carolina, right? Into that city. And the Confederate Army got wind that it was coming down there. And guess what they did? Guess what those what's the advertisement they be having on for the army? The brave, the few, the brave. The what? The few, the proud, and the brave. Right? Guess what these few and proud, brave men did? You don't know. Okay. Your oppressor, right? can he fight? What skill does he have? The Bible says what he has. He's best with what? Come on. Yeah, making what? Weapons. He blessed with his sword. Can't fight. So in other words, he will try everything other than doing what? If he see he's walking into a losing battle, what will he do? No, he's gonna run. That's him right there. He's gonna run. And that's what he did. The Union military was coming for him. It was coming for them in Charleston. So just think, remember, South Carolina is a big enough state, right? No, this is just one little city that our general had in his control under the Confederate Army. And he knew that the Union Army was coming and tucked tail and run like a coward. You understand, right? Now, when he did that, what happened was, once the military leave, right, who's going to leave after? You gotta be specific. Yeah. You gotta be specific when they say the people. Come on.
Would it be his own people?
When they say his own people, be specific. The oppressor.
The oppressor's people.
Yes, the oppressor people left when the military left. You understand? Because there's no military to protect them. Why stay? You understand? So they ran with the military also too. So basically, who left in the city? Come on. The slaves were left back in the city. You understand? The slaves were left back in the city. So now this the Union Army was coming down to meet them. And what happened was, when they found out that these guys had ran, tucked tail and run, General, let me see, I forget his name. Let me get his name correct. What's his name? I forget his name, man. General, what's his name? Oh boy. I know the Union Army general was John Alexander. Hold on, I'm gonna get this coward's name. You'll have to know this coward's name. PGT Beauregard. That coward and his military ran out of the city and left them behind. You understand? Now, we're gonna play, some of the video. I ain't gonna play all of it, but you could go on YouTube. It's up on YouTube, and you'll see it, right? Now, a little more about the Memorial Day. What it said was, when it just started with the Decoration Day, they said over, I think they had over 183 cemeteries, 27 states had it, right? And it says only after the at the beginning of or I should say at the end of the First World War, they started looking at it as more being memorial for men who died in military battle, right? Yes, in the World War, right? And then by the Second World War, that's when they really cemented to be Memorial Day. You understand? That's when it's cemented to be Memorial Day, right? And let's see. So they say in 1972, when do they celebrate Memorial Day now? You know how they do it? Come on. Yes, the last Monday of May, right? And that was, I believe, that was sanctioned in 1972. That's when that came in, when they actually bring it all the way over to Memorial Day, right? And you know how much days they give it, right? How many days they give you? No. 1 day, but they give you that last Monday. So in other words, how many days they getting off? 3 days. So of course, as for who? No. 3 days? Who working day and night? The Lord chosen people. We working day and night. So if we that 3 days, the reason why they give it that 3 day weekend is for us to get our black tail out in the park to be barbecuing hot dogs and doing all kind of things to celebrate Memorial Day for them bastards.
Right.
When we don't even know. Like, they forget everything we did in history. You turn on, you go look at any history channel about anything dealing with history, right? You will think that black people wasn't alive in them timing. You'll swear. You go look and look at some history on Egypt, you're going to see either African or your oppressor in it. You understand? Black people know where to be found. You understand? And any history they're doing, we know where to be found. We just, we just drop out a tree or something. No. You know what I mean? Anything dealing with history. Like our history, and the thing is, they try to blot it out in a way that our history is only remembered when we came off the slave ship. Like before the slave ship, we were just, we were just, I don't know, in space. I don't know where we was in their mind or in their books. You understand? Come on. Uh-huh.
So what up? In the movie, it's the 10th Cavalry.
Uh-huh.
If you check the history, the 10th Cavalry was a black unit.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie, there's no blacks in it.
You understand? Like that's exactly what they do. They try to make sure that the only thing you remember is slavery and the fact that your people are thieves, murderers. You understand? They try to make us remember that about ourselves when that's not our history. Ain't nobody been more murderous bastard than the oppressor. You could check World War what? 1, 2, and then we could go all the way back to the Greek and Romans. We could go all the way back to Alexander, all the way back to the time when they came out of their mountains and joined the Macedonian army. You understand? Sadak, where you was going to say something? Okay, right? So now we hear. So we know that and this happened. They said when the Union Army was coming, it was on May 1st, 1865. Right, that's the same year that the South surrendered. You know what I mean, like cowards, right? All right. They say on February 15, 1865, Confederate General PGT Beauregard, right, gave the order for them to evacuate the army, for the military to evacuate Charleston, South Carolina. Now, come on. Mm-hmm. Come on.
It's like I was just gonna ask you, could you repeat the name of the general?
It's on, right? Yeah, it's PGT Beauregard. It's BEAUREG, right? ARD. I think he had a French name or something. Yeah, say it. Yeah, Beauregard. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, or Beauregard. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that devil's name, or that oppressor's name, right? Right. And the Union general, his name was William Sherman. That's the Union general who was coming with the Union Army, right, to get them, right, and they evacuated. They say the white population had evacuated with them also too. So you're left behind who? Your slaves. Right. You understand? So now we're gonna play this video here, right? Now, before we play the video, where's my bar? Wait, you can start queuing it up. You ready? All right, you can start playing it now. I'll pause it. Start playing it.
Working class before fighting a war over the working class in other states. In the face of increasingly vocal abolitionists in the city, Democrats had inflamed their Irish and
No.
immigrant
Which one is that?
argument.
Pause. That's not the right one. That sounds like the riots. Yeah, that's New York City. I said the first one. Check the first one. Where it said forgotten. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. Because that's something that's something intertwining with them also too. That New York City riots, right? Which was in what year that was? What year that was? New York City riots. Mm-mm. Mm. Yes. Right. Basically. Right? Basically. Come on.
Massachusetts infantry. On May the 1st, black workmen dug up and then properly reinterred the bodies of
So hold on. Pause that right there. Pause it right there. You understand what it's saying? What is it saying? Says so play it over one more time, rewind it and play it over one more time.
May the 1st, black workmen dug up and then properly reinterred the bodies of.
So now I'm gonna bring it to what he's saying, right? So what he's saying is, when these cowards tuck tail between the leg and ran city, right? Black people remain there, right? And then what's his name? I believe the Union General, instead of sending his military, he sent entire military, he's sending his black military men in, right? And now it's saying, now it's here where it's saying what? Read it one more time. Play one more time. Mm-hmm.
On May the 1st, black workmen dug up and then properly reinterred the bodies
So
of
pause it.
257.
So what did these black people do? Come on. You understand? That's your so-called oppressor right there for you. You understand? Like he killed his own and did what? Just bury them in what? And we call it a mass grave. You understand? That ain't a proper burial. You understand? But that's your oppressor. You understand? How do they go about getting wealth in your family? A father, you know what I mean? You have a white king, and then he have his son coming up. What end up happening? They end up doing what? Fighting each other for power. You go look at the history on those kings, you're going to see that what? That they fought one another just for what? Power. Son fighting, father fighting son. That father military had to go to war with that son military. Or that son stabbing the father, doing something to the father to what? Get money, to gain power. You understand? They treat each other so, you know what I mean, without any type of morals, without any type of integrity, nothing. But these black people did what? They went into that city and did what? Dug up the grave, right? What is Memorial Day about? Is it not about the dead? Right? And they went in and did what? Dug up the grave and did what? Give them a what? A proper burial. You understand? That's how Israelite, we give each other what? Proper burials. We don't do the burning, none of that. Esau does that because why does he burn his dead? Come on. It's simple. Why does Esau choose to burn his dead? Come on. That's when it comes to your oppressor, think dollars and cents. It costs almost what, 13,000 to give you a proper burial. How much it costs to give you a burning? Next to nothing. Just some wood and some gas, some fire. And you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You gone. He light you up. Come on, Kapariath. So go ahead. You could talk by the time.
It's like I don't want, just out of curiosity. Now, what is the proper burial, the Israelite way?
Okay, Israelite burial is we wrap. When we die, whoever taking care, prepare anybody, you get wrapped in I forget the word, in cloth, shawl, linen, right? You're wrapped in that, and then oils are put on you. Prayers are said, you go into the earth. That's it. And ain't nothing, you know what I mean? Come on. not those type of, you know what I mean, just in a nice, you know what I mean, a nice in linen. Not don't think like you know what I mean, like how to wrap the you know what I mean, yeah. Just think, you know what I mean, a piece of linen cloth and you wrap the body in it. All right, give it a wrap and then you put I forget the 5 oils you use. I think it's frankincense, is aloe, myrrh, hyssop, and something else. All right, and those 5 oils go on you. Say a prayer. You know what I mean. The brothers get up, say a few words about you, and you know what I mean, put you on the ground, cry, and then the next day we live. You understand? Come on.
Is there a way to guarantee like that if we die that we make sure that UPK bury us? How
Yeah,
does that
you
work?
you may have to leave a will if you have an evil, you know what I mean, woman or husband. You may have to leave a will, maybe saying, you know what I mean, how you want your burial to be. You know what I mean? But the brothers and sisters in here, you know what I mean, your family might respect the fact that you were in the I.S.U.P.K. and will like Commander General YAHANNA to take care of you when you pass on. You understand? If not, you know, we'll see you again. Nonetheless, whatever they do to your body, we're gonna see you again. But it's always good to get a respected burial. Go to Tobit. 1 and 17. Come on, Sadak. Salaki, Sadak. Sadak, have his hand up. Salaki, brother.
It's too wild. I don't want.
Come on.
I have the date for the riot. Wikipedia has the New York City draft riot of 1963. It was July 13th, 1863.
Right.
July 13th, 1863 to July 16th, 1863.
Right. You understand? And that's why it's kind of intertwining with the Civil War, because the North needed people to go fight, right? And if we had time, we'll get into some of the riots also too. All right. So who has it for me? Come on, Tobit. 1. Why he doesn't have it there? Okay. Okay.
Toby, which one, sir?
You'll need you have a apocrypha? Come on.
Okay.
Apocrypha, what you need? Apocrypha, a what? Bible and what?
Zondervan.
Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary and what? You're missing a very important aspect. That too, but a very important one. Yes, your precept book.
Come on, sir.
You understand?
Come
Your
on.
precept book. You need that.
Come.
You understand?
Come on, sir.
All right.
Come. Tobit 1 and what, sir?
Tobit 1, start at verse 17.
Come. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And my clothes to the naked. And if I
read verse, start at verse 16, so you could basically get the gist of what the brother is trying to say.
Come. The book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 16. And in the time of Enemanessar, I gave many alms to my brethren.
Right, so you give many alms, meaning what? Come on. Money, right? Read on.
Come. And gave my bread to the hungry.
And gave his what?
My bread to the hungry.
So his brother was what? Taking care of people. Right. You know what I mean? Just like black people, man. That's our vibe. That's our spirit. You understand? To take care of people. We taking care of people so much that we decide to do what? Forget about slavery. Right. We just decide to put it under the rug and just, you know what I mean, be the old Uncle Tom, the old Aunt Jemima. We just forget about it. Come on. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, maybe I worded it wrong, but it's almost like they don't want to confront it, in other words. They don't want to confront it. You know what I mean? It's not that they want to forget it. It's they don't want to confront the fact that these people had us in slavery, and somebody have to pay. They have to pay. I don't care if it's the father or the mother. You know what I mean? Plenty times at camp, you will hear them saying, well, it wasn't me that put you in slavery. So what is trying to say? Right. Well, if you have no dealing with it, give your line up.
Right.
And then what they're going to say? They're just going to shake their head and walk off. or try to shake your hand and say, nice talking to you, this, that, the other. Come on. Yes. 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 I remember Hunter. And Hunter did not want to go and tell his daddy, we got to give them Native Indian back the land.
Right.
You understand? When it boiled down to it, all the love talk, and all the care they want to care about black people, why it is you don't give up what your forefathers stole if you claim that it wasn't you.
Right.
Well, if it wasn't you, and the land your forefathers stole is in your hand, then I gotta go dig up George Washington. He's skin and bones.
Right.
You in flesh. You inherit what he had. You understand? Then you had to pay for it. It's only right.
Come.
You understand? Come on.
Verse 17. And my clothes to the naked.
Mm-hmm.
And if I saw any of my nation dead.
And if I saw what?
Any of my nation dead.
You understand? Any of my what?
Any of my nation dead.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. If you saw any of you dead, read on.
Or cast about the walls of Nineveh.
Uh-huh.
I buried him.
I what?
I buried him.
That's how we bury our dead. We honor our dead. You understand? And if we really knew the true history of Memorial Day, it's a beautiful history. You understand? It's something that you should tell. It was something you would, you would tell your kid that, my father, he went down there and he did this, he dug this up and gave these people a proper burial. But nah, they want to forget about what we did. Let's forget Memorial Day. That's right. When is Memorial Day? I do not know. Right. When is Independence Day? I do not know. What day is that? I don't know. You understand? Right? The war with who? Afghanistan? What stan you talking about? Right. I don't know what you're talking about. You understand? Let's forget about 9/11. That's right. Let's forget about it. Since you want to forget about us, oppressor, we're going to forget about you and your holidays. Right. You understand? And your Memorial Days. We'll forget about it. We remember Passover. That's right. You understand? We're going to remember it. Right? Read on. Any more to it? If not, let's get back to the thing right here now. All right? So we're going out, we'll take in a little more. Right?
Union soldiers who died in a Confederate prisoner of war camp in Charleston and who had been improperly buried in a hastily dug mass grave.
In a hastily dug mass grave, right? In a hastily dug mass grave. Which shows you, that's how Esau is. No type of integrity, no moral, no nothing. No conscience whatsoever. You understand?
War camp in Charleston, and who had been
Pause it.
improperly buried in a hastily dug mass grave.
Come on. Pause it. Yeah, after, because remember, the North and the South. The North was the Union, and the South was the Confederate. The Confederate tucked tail between the leg and ran out like cowards because the Union army was coming. Yes, the Union, from the Union military, came in, saw it, and dig the bodies up and gave them a proper burial. You understand? Right, read on. Yeah, sorry.
The memorial was then celebrated by a parade of school children, citizens, and
So pause that. So you see, it was celebrated back then, right? Right, read on. But somehow today it's never taught in schools, or it was never brought out while they're doing a celebration in Washington, D.C. Right, read on. Play.
Citizens and Union soldiers. Thus, Blight argues, Memorial Day was founded by African Americans.
Pause that. That's who it was founded by. Right. Not African American, but blacks. Right. You understand? The Negroes. You understand? That's who it was founded by. But today they took it and they label it as what? As a day for what? All these Americans, fallen soldiers. You understand? We are forgotten in this place. And COVID-19 proved it. We were forgotten. You know what I mean? It wasn't for COVID-19, right? You will not have known the disparities or the disproportion when it comes to the health system on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everybody would have just been going about their life easy and, you know what I mean, whatever. We die, you know what I mean, we die, niggas die every day. You hear that? Niggas, we get shot in the hood. Niggas in the hood get shoot every day. So we just die. It's just, you know what I mean, it's just a fact. You understand? But now it's bringing to light that we are actually being what? Oppressed in this place. We're being oppressed. Why? Because the oppressor, he has all the money in the world. He went and what? He went and bombed Iraq. Where the oil going? Where all the money going? You understand? He went and planted more poppy fields in Iraq. Where all the drugs coming from? You understand? Like he has all the money, you know what I mean, you could think about You know what I mean? You wanna enjoy life, where they tell you to come? America. Everybody trying to come to America. They paint a picture for your life. You could come here and enjoy what? Life. Come here, be a you know what I mean, a billionaire, blink an eye. You know what I mean? You line yourself up with the right people, the right stocks, right buy everything. You'll be, you know what I mean, you getting paid. Come on. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Want to marry, have sex with whoever you want to have sex with, have sex with whatever you want to have sex with. Right. You understand? Whatever. You understand? It's just, you know what I mean? It's how the Bible says, it's a place for every unclean bird or beast. Right? So now, continue.
Citizens and Union soldiers.
What time we are there right now? Continue.
By African Americans in a ritual of remembrance and consecration that represented the fact that the Civil War was a victory of emancipation over a slaveholding republic. When the white aristocracy returned to Charleston, memory of the event was...
Skip to 5:30.
You said this is online, right, sir?
Yeah,
I kind of want to know what he's finna say.
Okay, come on, play it. He want to hear what he want to say. Come on, play it.
Over a slaveholding republic. When the white aristocracy returned to Charleston, memory of the event was actively suppressed, and it essentially was lost to history until white rediscovered it.
I said I'll skip over. You heard what he said there, right? What did he just say? Come on, Yaneza. It was what? What does suppress means?
So like he's also about to tell you when it came back.
Right. You understand? So he's saying he did what? It was suppressed, meaning what? Forgotten about. Just as what they always do to us. Just forget about us. Like we went and helped you win your world wars. You know what I mean? We were your airmen. You understand? But you forget about us. You understand? You know how many I believe it's either after the First World War or the Second World War, black people had to take off the uniform to come in. Come on.
There's a picture where they're coming off of the bus or coming off of the bus and they're getting pulled off of the bus and lynched coming off of the bus.
You understand? Yeah, you better take that uniform off, Negro. You understand? Before you come here. You ain't no American. But today we fight to go join the military. We go join the military for what? Because of free education, money. You understand? And he makes it in a way whereas you either do that or you go join a gang. Which one? You understand? Like black people think that you making the choices, you really not making no choice. Right. He making a choice for you. You understand? You're oppressed. You just don't know you're oppressed. You think you're free. If you're not free. Just put it like that. You understand? The face on the dollar is not our face on the dollar. Right. The flag doesn't represent us. That American flag is the same American flag that was used when? When? What's history on that flag? That flag has blood on it too. You understand? Just like the don't tread on me flag. You understand? Right?
Over a slaveholding republic. The event was actively suppressed, and it essentially was lost to history until Blight rediscovered it in old period newspapers.
No, pause it.
While there's clear...
Yeah. That's just to show you how the oppressor is. You understand? Like, why? Okay, now, the blacks helped them, so-called helped them, win the Civil War, right? But you suppress the history of them, giving you, or really, how to put it, really bringing about Memorial Day. Why would you suppress that? Only one reason why he suppressed it. Why? Come on. Right, but I want something to put him under umbrella. Tell me it in a way to put him on, like, once I say it, you gonna understand is that, plus, you know what I mean, he just evil, plus, you know what I mean, he just proud. Right? Come on. We say it at camp. Your oppressor is what? Yes, the Bible speaks of.
Right?
Yes, and he is a deceiver on the earth. He deceive you into thinking that you ain't worth jack squat. You ain't worth, you know what I mean, a dime. But you worth something in this place, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You worth something. You know what I mean? And you worth something so much that you should not celebrate Memorial Day. Give it up. Forget about it. You understand? I didn't even know it was Memorial Day until when? Until class time. I didn't know. Until somebody says, yo, CAP is Memorial Day. What class are you going? Oh, well, now I'm going to do it to Memorial Day. All right? To let black people know that they should forget about it. You understand? Go do something, man. Go, I don't know. You know what I mean? Go listen to music. You know what I mean? Come on. Yeah, well, yes. Get in class, number one. Get in class. All right? It's a normal day. All right? Come on. Play it for me.
Okay, so like
Maybe let me see. What time
record that the event occurred and it was undoubtedly important. The problem with Blight's claim that it...
Let me go to 5:30.
Yeah, go to 5:30 just for time's sake. 5:30. All right? All right? So you'll see that Memorial Day...
difference in the way that the day was
would
celebrated.
Well, it would be, you know what I mean, a good day to, you know what I mean, to remember. But they choose to forget about it. Well, I'm going to forget about everything. Come on, play. Come on, hold on. Come on, Ira. Uh-huh. Come on. Yeah,
Basically, in expounding on what you were saying about them being a deceiver, it goes to show that they are capitalists. They have to capitalize off the children of Israel. Anything that we do, if they're not benefiting from it, then they will suppress it and then come back with a refurbished version of it in which they're benefiting the most of it. Just like music, rock and roll, hip hop,
yes.
Everything that we've tried to do. Hip hop, for example, when it first came out in its inception, they said it was a fad. They said it was not going to last.
Right.
They weren't benefiting from it. People in the park making music, DJs, just having block parties and things like that. But until they were able to actually capitalize off of it, such as Memorial Day, black people spend billions of dollars just on this day alone. Cookouts, clothing, attire, having parties, whatever. It's a benefit, and it seems like throughout history, the children of Israel have always been on the bottom, and the oppressor or the slave master or Edomite they've always capitalized. As long as they can capitalize off what we're doing, like the prison system right now, then it's good. You know, anything we do, we want to hustle, we want to sell drugs. As long as there's a big dog that's getting money, or like with the Black Panther Party, I think it was 1967, when they were having an uprising, COINTELPRO, what they did was they flood the neighborhoods with drugs in order to subdue us and keep us from rising up and unifying. So constantly there's a theme of this war with the children of Israel. They, in fact, they know more of who we are than the actual Israelites today.
For sure.
Which is why they go through such extreme measures to make sure that we're distracted. You know what I mean? And so this whole Memorial Day is just one of many, many, many forms of capitalism. They are benefiting off of our sweat, blood, and our tears.
You for sure right. And black people need to know this, like, you know what I mean, like it should be taught in school. You know, like math or English. You understand? But they won't teach us these things because they don't want us to, you know what I mean, to separate from them. Right? And the reason why you could see them doing what they're doing also too is really to try, and that's their way of coming together. Their way of coming together is forgetting about us. That's how they come together. They come together as one people to forget about who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Or I shouldn't say just forget, but to oppress us. That's why you could, like stories like these, great acts like these, what that black people did, it gets swept under a rug. Why? Because it will make those people in North and South Carolina, or those Confederate, look like what? Look what? Cowards, and give me a little more. Murderers, immoral, yeah, weak. Come on, sis, what is going to say? What you are saying is true. Everything you are saying is true. But the white man, he have an image. And that image, what type of image he tries to push? Powerful, but okay. It's more like, you see that where's that dog? Come bring that dog. Where's the dog? Get that dog. Get the dog. So they're going to see what I'm talking about. They're going to see the image that he likes to push. You understand? This image he loves to push. You understand? This image right here says a whole lot. Right. This image right here is the one that they use to do what? Conquer the earth. Right. And say what? I'm peace. I'm loving. I'm this. I'm that. Now, if you hear a story about, if the real Memorial Day story came out, it will make those so-called oppressor look wicked and evil and coward. Right. You understand? Like cowards. You understand what I'm saying? But they had to suppress that. And now what they had to do is put themselves on the forefront as being, they began their what? Memorial Day, and they bring it. That's where World War I comes in, World War II come in. So these two World War came after a Civil War, which were major wars. You understand? So now you're able to do what? Sweep it under the rug. Your people come together. Now you do what? You oppress more black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. You understand? And to show you that was coming, you understand? You know how Esau likes to do. He likes to use you, abuse you, and then do what? Throw you away. Just like a good old hoe. You know what I mean? Now read this. I will read from this right here. I'm gonna give it to Taba 1 right here. All right? Read this to me right here, Taba 1. Well, I'll put the asterisks. Start reading from right there for me.
Give him the title of the book.
Now, hold on.
So you want to give him the title of the book and everything?
You could.
Khan, this is Colorblind, The Rise of Post-Racial Politics and the Retreat from Racial Equity by Tim Wise.
All right, so this is an oppressor writing this book right here. Telling on his own on his founding fathers.
Come
on.
Come on. Page 38, bottom paragraph. Indeed, Lincoln was a pragmatist. So much so that he ultimately realized that sending black folks back to Africa, an idea he endorsed personally,
He endorsed what?
An idea he endorsed personally.
You understand? What they always claim Lincoln was for? What's the whole claim? Yeah, the whole claim of Lincoln that he freed the what? The blacks from what? From slavery, right? That's the whole claim, right? Read on.
Both before and after his election.
Both before and what?
And after his election.
All right, read on.
Was an unworkable plan.
It was an unworkable plan, and we today think that if the Democrats in power, that black people somehow is going to do what? Prosper. They somehow think that, you know what I mean, that we're going to prosper if the Democrats in power. Well, the Democrats and the Republican has been exchanging power, and our lifestyle has been kept on doing what? Same. Oh, okay. I thought so. It's been what? On a decline. You know what I mean? On a decline so much that what? That more of us going to what? Jail. More of our women doing what? Committing abortion. Like if it's something, you know what I mean? YAHANNA had a clip out on him going in on the abortion. Over 350 abortion a year. 350,000. 350K a year abortion. You know how much murdering is that? You know how much loss of, you know what I mean, of resources is that? You understand? If they cared about our votes so much, them 350,000 could have been votes. Right? We say, you know, our vote don't what? Matter. If your vote counted, then all the abortion clinics would have been shut down by now. Right? Your vote does not matter. That's why your abortion clinic is thriving. They got over 80 million in assistance from the government. Come on, man. And America don't have money to feed black people, right? They don't have money to house black people, right? The same slave they brought across here for over 400 years, and you tell me you can't take care of black people? You can't take care of black people because you're wicked and evil, and because the Bible say what? You're the devil. You understand? Come on, sit down. You understand? To this day, Flint, Michigan, still reeling for water, as the brother's saying. All the money in the world, all the all the military technology. You know what I mean? You have an atomic bomb. You know what I mean? You have bombs that could leave here and end up across on the other side of the earth in what? In minutes. And you can't take care of water system. You do not want to. You don't care about black people. That's why we're going to forget about Memorial Day and forget about all your holidays. Uh-huh. Please. Go ahead.
70% of America is still unoccupied.
Right.
The land itself. But every major city or every city in America, there are tons of homeless people.
Right.
Majority black people. Why?
Yeah, because he's the what? Devil the Bible speaks of. Yeah, I mean, I can't if you were here to sit down and really try to explain your oppressor psyche, you would go crazy. I'm just telling you straight up. He is just the way he is because the Lord made him that way. He's going to be that way. As the Bible say, he make one pot to do what? Yes. And that pot that you dishonor, that pot you're pissing is the one that is dishonorable to you. You ain't gonna have the pot you're pissing in your sink or on your kitchen table. Doing what? You understand? Doing what? That's your oppressor right there. Ain't no getting him. And there's another scripture where it say a leopard something about a leopard spot. Like you can't change it. You think you could go change the white man? You think you could change the mindset of the so-called oppressor by going and joining politics? You know who minds are going to get changed? Yeah, yours towards your people. You think you could go join the American military and to help your people? You think you're going to change somebody's mindset in the military by becoming some general or some colonel? No, yours is going to get changed. You don't join your oppressor to help a change or to get a change. You join your people and get them following Christ so they could change. You understand? What Commander General YAHANNA is doing is gold. Gold by what he's doing. You understand? What he's putting in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian across the country and across the earth is gold. Can't get around that. Right? Where we at? Come on.
Salakia. And thus not to be contemplated further. In fact, Lincoln even hedged on the issue of ending slavery. In the midst of the Civil War, he wrote, "If I could save the Union."
If I could what?
If I could save the Union. Without freeing the slaves.
Without what?
Without freeing the slaves.
You know why you're forgotten? Because wicked bastards like these, like Abraham Lincoln. Read it one more time.
In the midst of the Civil War, he wrote, "If I could save the Union without freeing the slaves."
And those same slaves went and did what? Dig up a mass grave that your brothers, who were so dishonorable, lacked integrity, everything you could name it, they lacked. You understand? If you can do that, right? Read on.
I would do it.
Right? He would do it. You understand? He would have rather us being what? In slavery, and him and his brothers get along just fine. That's Abraham Lincoln. That's the founding fathers' mentality. You understand? Slavery. We didn't want to be in slavery, Kanye West. We didn't beg to be in slavery, Kanye West.
Right.
You understand? We were forced into becoming slaves. We didn't love it. Who loved to work a 9 to 5? Raise your hand. Ain't nobody love to work a 9 to 5. We all know it's slavery, but because your so-called oppressor take the chains off your foot, off your neck, the bands off you, you think you're free. No, Negro, you ain't free. Hispanics, Native Indians, we are not free. You understand? We're still oppressed. Read on.
If I could do it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would do that.
Yeah, so forget about Memorial Day. Forget about the stinking Memorial Day. Read on.
Khan. What I do about slavery and the colored race, I do because I believe it would help to save the Union.
Save what? Save the oppressors.
That's right.
You understand? When he's saying the Union, he is saying his people, his ideals for them. You understand? The North and South, that Civil War was not about freeing slaves. It was just about the North getting all the money, all the wealth. That's all they do. They kill each other for what? Over money. You understand? Johnny, you out there listening to me? Yeah, mommy might have a big, what they call it? A big, what they call those things? Insurance on your head. You understand? Look out. Because that's what they do. You understand? They kill each other for money. You understand? And that's what happened in the Civil War. It was just over money. It was over nothing else. That's why Abraham Lincoln was able to say, well, if he could have done it without freeing the slave, without so-called freeing the slave, he would have done it. You understand? If he could have brought his people together without getting black people out of slavery, so-called slavery, he would have done it. So don't come now and tell me I should celebrate what? Memorial Day for who? What is Memorial? Who died? Oh, no, hell no. What you talking about? Go to what? Arlington Cemetery? No. No. That's not in the Bible. All right? Play a little more for me. Go, we carry till about 6:56. No. Wherever it is, just leave it and just let it run to 6:56.
In the way that the day was celebrated in the North versus the South in the period immediately following the Civil War. While the North tended to focus on the idea that the Union soldiers had sacrificed themselves in the cause of freedom, celebrations in the South increasingly turned towards supporting a set of beliefs referred to as the lost cause of the Confederacy.
Yeah, you understand? Pause.
The idea...
Which lets you know what I mean? It was not about freeing slaves. This is just a beef between brothers. And we just get caught in the middle of it. You know what I mean? You all have a pit chest? You know what I mean? Those little front men, what do you call them? Pawns. Yeah, we were just those. We were just there to make moves on the board. You know what I mean? We weren't, you know what I mean, big dogs in the back. Like your Nike, your rookie, your king, your queen. You weren't those pegs. You were those pawn. Meaning you could have been sacrificed just for what? To win the what? Win the game. To win the war. And that's what they did. Right? Continue playing it.
Of the lost cause minimized the role of slavery as a cause of the war and presented the Southern cause as a defense of an idyllic way of life from intrusion. Confederate soldiers and leaders were presented as if they were chivalric knights fighting against overwhelming odds.
Yeah, so pause that.
The tradition...
You see the man you're dealing with. Man, there must be a medication out there for that your oppressor could take that, you know what I mean, some truth serum that he could take where, you know what I mean, he just, you know what I mean, he could just speak the truth, you know what I mean, just for one day, you know what I mean, because we're living in America here and it's full of lies we live in now. Lies. When you really go do your research and dig it up and see the real truth, you're seeing that your oppressor, he is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He is. There ain't no question about it. Like, you listen to this, he's saying what? That these so-called generals in the South were what? Well, what's the word he used? I forget the word he used. It just meaning what? That they were, come on. Honorable. Yes. They were honorable men. Knights. Or some stuff like that. They were all honorable men. Knights. Come on, man. They were cowards. They tucked the tail between the leg. Let's tell a true story. You all were cowards in the South. Cowards, cowards, cowards. All the guns and ammunition you have and you ran out the city. You understand? Ran out. And then came back and then discarded the history of what actually, where Memorial Day actually came from. You understand? Where we at? No, give me you understand? Give me Psalms 109. Let's get Psalms 109. I mean, let's go to the Bible. Come on.
The book of Psalms. The book of Psalms. 109, verse 1. Hold not thy peace, O God.
And this is a prayer David said to his enemies. And this is a prayer every Israelite should have. What is it saying?
Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise.
I hold not thy peace, O God. Meaning what? He wants God to do what? Come on. Yes. He wants God to kill his oppressors, his enemies. Right? Read on.
Verse 2. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me.
Are what?
Are opened against me.
They forget about us, Ark. They totally forgot about us. Let's forget about them. You understand? Let's start forgetting about them. Read that verse over one more time.
Verse 2. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me.
It said the mouth of the wicked, you understand, is deceitful and open against me. You understand? What is it saying? That whatever coming out this person's mouth, your oppressor mouth, is one, a lie, and what?
Deceit.
Is deceit, a lie, and what? And what's the next part of it? And against you. You understand? Meaning he's forgetting about you. You are blotted out of history. That's why when Christ returns, he's going to do his time, and then he will be what? After he does his time, after our oppressor serve his double time, what's going to happen to him?
He's going to be, if I may, he's going to be extinguished.
Yes. Precept. Very good. Obadiah 1 and I believe 10. Right? Obadiah 1 and 10. Like in the near future, you're going to have to go see your oppressor in a museum. Your great-great-great-grandkids will be hearing stories of this, and ain't going to be no smooth-skinned devil too. It's going to have to be some, you know what I mean, something, some hairy, furry, with eyes that's showing, you know what I mean, where you'll be like, Daddy, is that a monster? Yes, that was over us. You know what I mean? That was over us, son. You know what I mean? He just had razors and what they call it, when a woman is go get them laser, what they call it, them laser, whatever. You know what? Come on. Yeah. Yep. You understand? Just about what, 2 months or less than 2 months? Come on.
The book of Obadiah, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Right, shame. Shame ain't cover him as yet. But it's saying shame is going to cover him. Come on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Come on.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be what?
Cut off forever.
Meaning we're going to forget about them. You understand? Our sons and daughters are going to forget about whatever is going on with this so-called oppressor, with his holidays, with the memorial days. We're going to forget about it. You understand? The Lord is going to come, going to send Christ back, and he is going to be blotted out forever after he does his time. You understand? They're going to have to do some hard work. You know what I mean? They're going to have to do some hard work. Go back to Psalms 109, read. I think in verse 3.
Yeah, verse 3. What? Salaki, we didn't finish 2.
Come on.
They have spoken against me with a lying tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. They compassed me about also with words of hatred.
Right, with words of hate. Always do with the victim. Come on.
They criminalize.
Yes, they try to criminalize. They try to put videos of him up with him and an officer having a I would say an altercation when it was just basically harassing the brother, straight up harassing him, like what they always do to black people. You understand? You stop, you going about your business. Oh no, you something ain't looking right. Come here, put your hands in your head, spread them. Like, come on. Understand? Read on.
And fought against me without a cause.
And what?
And fought against me without a cause.
What was the cause that had to hunt that brother down? You understand? With a shotgun and come on, man. Come on. Like the real criminals are the ones that having guns and going on the states. You understand? And Michigan. Right. Those are the criminals. Those are the ones you had to look out for. Us? Not us. You do it without a cause. You do it because you hate us. That's why our oppressor does what he does. That's why when you hear about a shooting, you know what I mean, off the break in your mind, yo, this full out illegal. And then when you see it and you see what actually happened, you're like, yo, come on, man. Come on, read on. But this is what David is asking the Lord for right now. Right? Read on.
Verse 4. For my love, they are my adversary.
For my what?
For my love, they are my adversary.
You understand? Like, we've been trying to give this white man all the love. But instead, he wants to what? He wants to forget about us. You understand? He wants to become our adversary for our love that we show him. We went and bled and died in his military. You understand? And now he wants to show us, or he wants to be what? Our adversary. The Bible says it. You understand? Saying it. And by the actions of the so-called oppressor, he is proven to be an adversary. Right? Read on.
But I give myself unto prayer. Verse 5.
He give himself unto what?
Unto prayer.
Unto prayer. That's what we do in here, man. We don't pick up guns, nothing. We pray to the Most High what? That he gives these devils what? Cancer, boils, whatever. Take them out however you want to take them out, Lord. Take them out. Anything. Just take them out. Come on. Yes. You understand?
That's right.
We could definitely pray for that. Right. We could pray that the Lord stop our people from getting that COVID. But boy, the oppressor, give him 19, 20, 21, 22. Give him to the 1,000, COVID 1,000. Right. Give him all.
That's right.
You understand? Come on.
Verse 5. And they have rewarded me evil for good.
And they what?
They have rewarded me evil for good.
For good. You went and dig that mass grave up. You went and gave those heathen a proper burial. But they did what? Read it one more time.
And they have rewarded me evil for good.
You rewarded us evil for good. You forget about us. You make it look as if we the problem in America when you the virus.
That's right. That's right.
You worse than COVID, Mr. Oppressor. You worse than COVID. You the problem. Read on.
And hatred for my love.
And what?
Hatred for my love.
And hatred. That was love that those brothers showed. That was full out love. You ain't getting me to go dig up no mass grave for what? For who? For my oppressor? Nah, brother. But they did it. And they got what? Hatred for it. You understand? They were totally forgotten about it. You understand? Well, let's forget about Memorial Day. Right. Brothers and sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, let's full out forget about it. That's all right. The holidays. Let's forget about it. What's the next one coming up? I do not know. I don't know. What's the next holiday? I don't know. I mean, what the America what Vietnam what are they talking about? I do not know. I don't know. Let's forget about it. You know what I mean? Let's remember who. Come on.
The dead of Israel.
Yes. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's right.
You understand? Let's remember these brothers in this Bible right here. Follow after them. Right. You understand? Let's remember that. Let's remember the days the Lord left for us as high holy days. Right. Let's remember those things. Let's celebrate those days that the Lord left for us. You understand? Let those days be memorials for us. All right, read on.
Verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him.
What?
Set thou a wicked man over him.
King David, the prayers was answered. That Donald Trump, brother. Man, that Donald Trump? The Donald? You understand? The Donald, he is the most racist, you understand, piece of, you know what I mean, SH, I'm going to let you finish the word. Right? Read on. So he said, set thou a wicked man over them.
And let Satan stand at his right hand.
And let what?
Satan stand at his right hand.
Meaning he will be getting no counsel from the Lord. Right. So Donald, go ahead and open it back up. Right. You know what I mean? Take all the counsel in one. It's coming from Satan. Right. You're right. You know what I mean? Read that one more time.
Verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
Satan stand at his right hand. Let him get no counsel dealing with the Lord. None whatsoever. Wherever it come out of his mouth, let it be for a downfall of the oppressor. You understand? Let it be for that. You understand? In this day and age, we shocked that America is racist. We shouldn't be shocked that America is has a bunch of racist people living in it. Because, and this is what I don't understand. They like to claim that what? That they had nothing to do with slavery. But I see you still holding on to your racist grandfather's belief and values. So if you ain't had us in slavery, so why hold on to his ideals? Because really and truly, you are him.
That's right.
You are him. You understand? You are him pretending to be somebody else. Like this right here. Right. This right here, this picture right here says a lot. This image right here says a lot. You understand? You, to the point where as black people drop the guard around them because of that image. You understand? That reputation he likes to push. And when they drop your guard around them, you know what I mean? You end up in a basement or, you know what I mean, somewhere. What's the one name that was eating people brain out? Jeffrey Dahmer. You understand? Like you drop your guard and then you have priests molesting your kids. You know what I mean? They have all the codes in the book. You name it. Putting chains around you. You know what I mean? Coding the child up. Saying this is the one to molest. Don't molest. This is the one right here. Not this one. They have codes. I don't know the codes. I don't know. But they have it. You understand? Come on. Come on.
The what? The craftiness of that image.
Right.
It subdues the people that follow that version of what Christianity is about.
Right.
But then you have people who get hip to that and run straight to Islam because of it, or run to African spiritual, conscious, unconscious, communal, societal witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo type stuff. And that's the power of it. It hits us both ways. If you agree with Cesar Borgia or that image of Christ, then you are a hypnotized.
Right.
And then if you're against it, you go for Islam. There's so many of our brothers in the FOI, the Nation of Islam, Sunni, Shiite, Muslim, thinking that, well, the Christianity, that's a white man's religion. I'm doing something that's more to, and that's just as wicked. And actually, it's just Christianity.
And I'm gonna go one up on you too. You know what I mean? If you worshiping this cat right here, then Donald Trump is your president. Let me just put it like that. Donald Trump is your president. You understand? So don't run from it. You know what I mean, don't act like if you're against Donald Trump. Donald Trump believe in the same God you believe in. You know, now what? You better come in class and learn. Yes, right? Let them continue.
And so
no. With the reading.
Come on.
Verse 7.
No, don't worry. Come on.
Verse 7. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned.
Let him what?
Let him be condemned.
Let him be condemned. You know what I mean? When that judge give that bang that gavel, sentence. You know what I mean? Not life in prison. What you want? Sentence to what? Death. Let him be condemned. Right? Read on.
And let his prayer become sin.
And let his prayer become what?
Sin.
Let his prayer become sin. You understand? Let his prayer become sin. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning what? Donald Trump could be in the chapel praying for what? COVID-19 to end. And the Lord is not doing what? He's not hearing.
Right.
Let his prayer become sin. You know what I mean? Let our oppressor die. Let's pray for the Lord to put the COVID on our oppressor.
That's right.
You understand? So he feels how we feels. Right, read on.
Verse 8. Let his days be few.
Let his what?
Let his days be few.
Come on, COVID. Run rampant. And where's some of them rich areas here in Durham? Wake Forest. Come on. Give me some more. Give me some more uppity up places. Let the Lord run rampant in them places where all these heathens or oppressor living. All right, come on, read on.
And let another take his office.
And let another take his office. Read on.
Verse 9. Let his children be fatherless.
Let his what?
Let his children be fatherless.
Let them go to war. That civil war made a ton of them fatherless in the South. All right, read on.
And his wife a widow.
And his wife a widow, like so many of our black women have to go through with these cop killing these innocent, unarmed black men. Right? Read on.
Verse 10. Let his children become continually vagabonds.
Let his children become what?
Continually vagabonds.
Continually vagabonds. What's a vagabond? A bum or somebody, come on. Yeah, no place. To, you know what I mean? Let them be continually what? Vagabonds. Come on. Yes. That's what he's praying for. Right? Read on.
And beg.
And what?
And beg.
Beg. Hey, Maya, you got any food? Mr. John, you know you're going to have to go in the back of the line and wait, right? You got to go in the back of the line and wait like every other of your brothers. All right? What do you want? You're going to get it. All right? If all is done, then come back tomorrow. Come on. Mm-hmm.
They that see him shall narrowly look upon thee, Salakia, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right? And that day is coming. You're going to be like, dizzy man right here. You're going to be wondering. You understand? Because the Lord going to do something so magnificent to him that he going to be praying that he dies on that day. Right. You understand? Read on. You understand?
Verse 10. My Salakia. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places.
You understand? Let them seek their bread out of their desolate places. Meaning what? They're going to be what? They're going to be full out what?
Starving.
Basically. Come on. So that. More so what it's talking about, you starving. You going to look for bread in a desolate place means, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, like you going through garbage, trash. You understand? You scavenger. You understand? Yeah, so this thing, if there's a deserted place, then what? Ain't no animal running around. Ain't no food, ain't no crop growing. So you gotta go dig for what? Worms. You know what I mean? You gotta go, you know what I mean? You gotta do the whole full works. You understand? He gotta really get back to acting the part of living in them caves. Right? Read on.
Verse 11. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath.
Let it what?
The extortioner catch all that he hath.
Meaning what? Let him do what? Come on.
Let him be robbed, basically.
Let him live like how we've been living. We had to live like that, right? We can't leave nothing in the cars that for you know what I mean, that is of value. Because you're going to come back, you're going to come to that car and meet what? Your windows what? Broken. And whatever valuable you have, taken. Let him live like that. Let him see how it is, how it feels like living like that. When you oppress a people and now they have to turn on each other just to survive. And then you waiting right there to pick them up, slam them in a paddy wagon and put them in jail. Because you built a system that supports that type of lifestyle. You understand? And when I say supported, meaning, just think about it this way. You all know, do you all know about stock market? You all know what's this, somewhat, right? Right? Our oppressor knows about the stock market. He has stocks in the stock market. You understand? What we know about, you all know about, you know about that white dust, right? That white girl, right? You all see that white girl already, right? Yeah, those things ain't by chance. You know what I mean? Drugs in the community because he pushing drugs in the community.
That's right.
That's one of your fastest way to get rich because he's pushing that on you and making you think that that's the way to go. You know what I mean? Scarface, the movie, all these, you know what I mean, drug movies that the push. The songs they sing about is what? Drugs. You understand? Like really and truly, he is building that system for you. You just think, you know what I mean, you could wake up and choose, I'm not going to be in this gang. I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be in this church. You go to church, your pastor molests you. You go in the gang, you're selling drugs, you either get killed or you get what? Locked up. You don't want to go in them two places, you end up going where? The military. You understand? You go in the military, you go fight. You know what I mean? You get killed. You bring back some flag for you. Like, oh, I won't bury a flag. With my son, where's my daughter? You understand? Like this is a system made to destroy black people.
That's right.
There's a system made to forget about black people. So let's forget about them. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Let's forget about them. Let's pray to the Lord that they get a chance to live how we live. You understand? We can't leave our house without worrying if a cop going to pull us over and put a bullet in our head, our chest, for following their orders. Where's the driver's? Where's the license and registration? Right here, pop, pop. You know what I mean? You getting killed. You understand? For nothing. All because they hate you. You understand? Like, why is that? And King David is praying that these oppressors, these devils, live like how we live, and the Lord exact judgment on them. You understand? With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to the to Maya. All right, Priest and Officer Maya. That's it. Hold on.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements.
Come on.
We're the I.S.U.P.K, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister joins a school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from their head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, you understand? Of course, there's a memorial of the blowing of trumpets, which falls in September the 17th, right? And you know what I'm saying? We still on hold for the Passover, you understand? Passover will be held, of course. You understand what I'm saying? Remind Akima Akwatian to check the social media, such as I.S.U.P.K.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amadium. Wapanyal Kwadum. Count, sir.
The Pariat, come on. You know what it's for? You know what it's for? Congratulations. Huh? You're no officer 500. Right? Number one, come on. Where's your head up? I would be in this oil here. Huh? Come on, Maya. Yes, step up. Brothers who not here is I think it's K out of war. You know, officer 500. All right. Abraham, make sure I pour the oil on his head. All right. Make sure I get everybody. All right. You know, to pray right there. I think I get everybody there now. All right, so let's say, that's us up here, right? Go and say it. Right, come on now. You want that? Yabarak Hawa. Wayashamaka. Ya Hawa. Panyawa. Aliaka. Wayakanka. Yeshaya Hawa. Panyawa. Aliaka, Wayashamlaka, Shalam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, Maya, 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 Gaparia, 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 number one, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water Aman. Good job. Come on, man. That's good. Yeah. Come on, let's say the Lord prayer. That's my God.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha,
Aisha,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim, Lathunanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatyanawa, Wala'a, Tabiayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Habashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Lawalunium, Aman.
In English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Saul, which means to turn. Sister Yashab, which means to be seated. Men of Israel, we get one curse salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mab Shabbat. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Brakatah. Yadi Matah. Saul, which means to turn. Sisters are mighty, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we get one curse salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mab Shabbat. Almighty. Barak. Yahweh Shema, the Thabah Hashem, Yahweh Shah. So you say Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Atha, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yadi Matah, which means hands down. Class dismissed.